Alright, what's up, Savages? So we just got done shooting episode 4 of our fire building series, and Miss Lori, she had some questions on some of the things that we were doing. She wanted some close-ups on it. So one of the things that she wanted to close up on was some of our feather sticking methods, so we're going to do a close-up on that today. She wanted a close-up on how we were utilizing flint and steel both with char cloth and char wood, so we'll do some close-ups on that today, talk a little bit more about the specifics of that. And then she wanted to do a close-up of what was the tinder bundle inside that box, so we'll try and work out something like that today. Stay tuned, should be a good show. Alright, so you can see we already have some of our little shavings off right here. If you notice, I'm not working in that triangle of death. I'm kind of working off the side of my legs. And I'm putting the stick up against something hard. I'm going to keep my arm relatively straight so the rocking of my body is what's actually getting this feather stick. Now typically I don't use a round stick for this because those ridges on like a squared off stick tend to work better for me. So this is really kind of just for demonstration purposes only. Alright, so you're just going to rock back and forth. Alright, and then once you get enough of those, you're going to turn it off? No?
Just turn it on.
Alright guys, so once you get a good pile of that built up, maybe twice that pile, you can use that to start your tinder bundle or throw it on top of your tinder bundle. You can also use it to throw on top of your fire once it gets lit. When we got back, we went into the field across the street, found a bunch of dried tinder for our tinder bundle or bird's nest. About more than we needed because we wanted to do a solar fire for you guys today. We're going to do that in a different video. So basically when you have this stuff, what you want to do is kind of break it up the best you can and put it in like a nest. You can see it's super windy out here. That's going to happen sometimes. So a lot of things that you guys can do. You can do this over a tarp or what's it called? A rain poncho, kind of help prevent your sparks from going everywhere. But we're going to take just a little bit of this stuff, throw it right here on top. One of the things we did last time that I'm not going to do this time is we put some fat wood in there. So this is going to be what our tinder bundle looks like. So this is char cloth. What I'll do is I'll take the char cloth out and I'll lay it right here in the lid of my tin. Try to push it down as much as I can. Hopefully it doesn't fly away. In this case, like I said, it's pretty windy, so it's flying away. I'll spread the rest of my charred punk wood out. Maybe even put a piece of char cloth in here. So when I throw my sparks, I have a higher surface area. Flint is a rock. There's a bunch of rocks that you can use. If you don't know which rocks to use, just try them out with your high carbon striker and see which ones work. I know for a fact that quartz works, flint also works, okay? So I've seen a lot of people when they first start, they feel like they need to hit the flint this way. And really all you're trying to do is just trying to scrape off a little bit of flakes from your carbon here. Okay, so you're going to have two different methods. One method, you're going to hold this flint here. If you want your sparks to go down into a can, you're going to throw the sparks down this way. And you can see we already got an ember here. Right on the char cloth. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oop. Okay. Where's our little bundle that we already lost? One of the things I kind of made the mistake about when I first started is I wanted to like really hurry up, which is good to hurry. It's okay, it's not bad. But I wanted to make sure. Put this in here. Woo! It's smoking hot already. Go ahead and throw this little charred punk wood in there too. Okay? Grab some of these shavings. Sprinkle that on like fairy dust. And then bury it around here. So from here, you just want to blow on that ember. Get your fire. And as you can tell, it's really windy out here. You want to make sure that you have a proper fire lay, which we don't right now. So I'm going to step it out. Alright guys, so you saw the method where we were throwing sparks down into our tin, and we had our charred punk wood, which we lit a piece of charred punk wood as well as a piece of char cloth. And like I said, if you maximize that surface area, you're going to get better results. The other method that I use is I will use the striker to throw sparks instead of use the flint. Okay. So basically what I do here, guys, is I take a piece of my char cloth and I hold it fairly close to that edge. Then I'm going to take my flint striker, and like I said, just those glancing strikes, it's going to throw sparks up instead of down. Okay. And when I do that, it lights this char cloth. Shouldn't take a lot, but guys, it does take practice. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. Grab some of my nest here, throw this inside of it. Wrap it up. If I want to grab some of these shavings. Shavings are awesome. And from here, same thing. A lot of guys, you'll see, they'll take this and they'll kind of wave it back and forth. You can do that too. Guys and gals, sorry. There it goes. You'll be able to feel it catch, guys. And those are two methods of starting an ember with char cloth and charred punk wood. Play around with it, guys. Like I said, it really takes a lot of practice to learn how to do this correctly. You don't want to put too much pressure here. You don't want to hit them together. You really are just kind of glancing them down like that. And it'll throw the sparks down. And the same thing. And you want hard, rough edges. If you have dull edges, either re-break your flints or go over to a side that has some hard edges on them. Because those hard edges are really what's going to scrape off. I don't know if you guys can see those, but I'm getting sparks every time. I'm just barely glancing off. Alright guys, so you saw what we used for tinder. Got close-ups on two different methods, and you got a close-up on the actual feather sticking. Other than that, I don't think we have much else that she wanted us to cover, Miss Lori. If you have that little box, you can have a hole in each one of the box and just kind of put tinder in there just like that. And as you saw me hold the tinder bundle or the bird's nest in my hand, you want to put that char cloth right in the center, build up around it, put some stuff on top of it, and the more oxygen in there, the quicker it's going to go up. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode 4.5, 4.5, 4.1, whatever you want to call it, of our fire building series, where we talk about tips and tricks on how to get your flint and steel fire working the quickest and easiest way possible. If you guys like this video, go ahead and like the button and subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. Thanks for all the support, and as always, stay savage.